first thing I did was to learn, because only if you learn your business, your people, you're able to understand it and get inspired for the future. I have to learn, for instance, how is the digital advertising business working, which is pretty new for me, and also even there, looking from the outside, I can see a lot of things which can be changed and has to be changed. Of course, it's very difficult to see what the future is in 3 years. The only thing I can say is in 3 years that we will be much more, have a much bigger impact in the market as we do today. And being number one is not good enough. We have to be number one, really leading the market and not following the market. I think that in principle all companies in the Tomorrow Focus could or should be international, because when you have different insights in different markets, you just enrich your products and services. Of course, Holiday Check, the travel segment, is something where we bought 2 Dutch companies and French companies. We're now combining it to one large company, of course, in the future. But certainly if you take Elite Partners or even the media business, which could become a true international business for the future. I expect from my staff that they get hungry to change the business, to improve. That needs to be a passion for change, passion for improving the business every day, every hour, every second. Because the world around us is changing so fast that we have to change faster than the world. What they can expect from me, creating an environment in which the people, our employees, are able to change. And of course, if you change, you do new things. And of course you make mistakes, but it doesn't matter, because from mistakes you learn. Of course, if you do things, you always make mistakes. So, but one of the learnings of that is it doesn't matter that you make mistakes as long as you learn from it. One of the things when I look back of my 27 years of career is to underestimate politics in large companies. And either you work with the politics or better change the company. One of the things we're most proud of is my success with Jobline. Jobline, when we bought it, it was a very small internet recruiting company with 1 product division, only operating in 3 countries. What we did is within 2 years we increased the revenue from 7 to 42 million, went from 3 to 9 countries, made from 1 to 3 divisions, did an IPO and sold it off to a monster, and it all in 2 years' time. One of the things I think in general in Germany, what they could learn from companies like in America and in the Netherlands is just try things. Don't try to engineer everything in a plan up front, just do it. I think one of my biggest talents is that I have interest in many different subjects and topics, and being able to connect all these different subjects and all these matters. So have a very bright and open mind, and I think that's extremely important, this wide open mind and combining that. What I'm missing, I think I miss sometimes a lot of expertise, because if you have very broad knowledge, you are not always the expert, but you have to accept that. Also privately, I do a lot of things, different sports, I love art, I love music. One of the things I would like to do better is playing better piano. My first money I ever had was cleaning coffee machines when I was at gymnasium. I started in '85 living in Varese in Italy. Working for large domestic appliances and white goods. Then I lived in Stockholm 5 years, wonderful city in Sweden. Then I lived in Berlin, I lived in Hamburg in Germany. I lived in Copenhagen for 3 years. I lived 2 years in Lausanne, in the French part, beautiful country. And finally I am living here in Munich. Of course, the first every morning I have our intranet site from Tomorrow Focus AG, just seeing what our colleagues are saying about the company, what is their the talk of the day, and the second one is then of course our Tomorrow Focus online. My taxi is my favorite because I live in the city, I use a lot of taxi. My taxi is a great app because when I ping it, taxi is there faster than I can call even. I think that's almost impossible to say because the world around us is changing so fast. Because one thing is sure, the future will never be the same. That's why you cannot predict. The future can only live on patterns like we have as a subject today.